French Open tennis tournament. Here's the question. I don't know. Are there any tennis fans out there? Wife is yelling at the TV all the time. You're a big tennis fan. Different era. We're about to cross the threshold. Somebody who's a tennis fan needs to answer this question. Who is going to replace the superstars? Novak Djokovic left the French Open, torn meniscus in his knee. That's an extended rehab. That could be 3 months, could be 6 months. He's done some dynamic things. What if he comes back and he's not the same player? Because he's got a lot of miles on those wheels. Rafael Nadal, hip surgery, has not come back, has pulled out of tournaments, has failed when he's tried to come back. He looks like he's about to file his papers and retire. And the legendary Roger Federer retired after 2 years of struggles coming back from knee surgery. Those three guys, Yoko, Rafi, and Fed, 66 combined Grand Slam wins. Please tell me who is going to replace them front and center as the next superstar in tennis. Is it Carlos Alcaraz, who's got 3 Grand Slams but is hot and cold? It's not Zverev. He's got all kinds of personal problems back in Germany, lawsuits and women and stuff like. Where's the next superstar in tennis coming from? Because it looks like we're about to lose the top 3. That's one topic. Belmont Stakes. What a cool race that was. And I'll tell you, this is the scene setter for what we're going to see in November when the Breeders' Cup Classic is run. So we had 3 different winners in the Triple Crown. Obviously, the outstanding 3-year-old, Bob Baffert's 3-year-old mule, couldn't run because of illness, injury, and the Baffert suspension. That horse did not run in any of the 3 jewels, kind of a lost 3-year-old year. But my goodness, what we saw on Saturday was pretty doggone impressive. Horse runs to the lead, runs away from the field, comes out of the 4th turn to the backstretch. The field catches him, and he finds oomph. If that thing had gone 10 more yards, he might have lost. He won. He won at Saratoga in the Belmont Stakes, Darnock. And, of course, we had Seize the Gray, who outran everybody at the Preakness. And they had Mystic Dan in the photo finish in the Kentucky Derby, who faded really badly. So I think what we're talking about here is got 3 different winners out of the Triple Crown going to the Breeders' Cup in November, and Muth, Baffert's horse, will probably be healthy there. So I think we got 4 great 3-year-olds all going to run against each other when we get to the Breeders' Cup Classic. So
nice.
That's going to be kind of cool. And then we got soccer to talk about. Man, oh man, are there storylines everywhere in pro soccer? Let me just run through this. Liverpool, you'll recognize the CEO of Fenway Sports Group, who oversees Liverpool, the English Premier League.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Werner.
Oh, that's Tom Werner.
Tom Werner. Tom Werner of Fire Sale Padre Baseball, now the Red Sox executive who oversees Fenway Sports Group's ownership of Liverpool.
Who's the other guy that's at the top of the heap?
John Henry.
That's who I was thinking.
Well,
of.
both of them, anyhow.
Okay.
Tom Werner has proposed in a meeting to the English Premier League. You listen to what we have to say, because we in the United States know how to market our professional sports. You should take marquee games in the EPL. Marquee. Don't send me Nottingham Forest and Leeds United.
Mm-hmm.
You send me Manchester City and Liverpool and Manchester United and Arsenal, and play some regular season games in the U.S. to market your product. Tom Werner is proposing EPL games with the Neon Light franchises in New York, in Los Angeles, in Miami, in San Francisco. He says we'll draw 50 to 60,000 or maybe 80,000 in football stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to happen. So that's the latest sales pitch. And Tom Werner saying, we know what we're doing here with our sports, NFL, Major League Baseball, et cetera, EPL. So, John, there you go. Is there somebody out there that catches your attention in tennis? Team USA soccer, worst loss ever. Greg Berhalter's coaching career with Team USA. They got beat by Colombia 5-1, got blitzed by Colombia. 3 turnovers in front of goaltender Matt Turner was left naked, could not stop him. Now they got to play Brazil in a friendly on Wednesday. Brazil. So, Team USA is getting ready for the Copa tournament that starts the 23rd of June. and it looked like they had really come together, but this was a terrible setback because they just all these breakdowns in front of their goaltender, Matt Turner, and losing. So you got tennis, you got soccer, you got the ponies, and go ahead and
just
comment.
a couple of quick hits here. The soccer, I watched the game that they were down 2-0 at the half to Colombia. And then they got it down to 2-1, and you're thinking, hey, the Americans have a shot. And at the end of the game, everything went to hell.
3 goals, 13 minutes.
Yeah, it was awful. And then, talking about, the Red Sox owner, saying, hey, Werner, we know how to market in America. Well, first of all, he's being an arrogant ass. Okay. But he's right. Because bringing the sport here to America is going to expand the fan base. It's no different than Major League Baseball going to Korea, the NFL going to Europe. And you might say, well, EPL, Man City fan, you're going to lose a home game. Fans might be upset. Well, speaking for myself as a Padre fan, when I went over and played in Korea, I thought that was terrific, to see my team kind of at a worldwide level. So that's good. And I say, I long for the days when I followed tennis. It was McEnroe, it was Borg, it was Everett, Navratilova. It was, a lot of great characters. And Jimmy Connors. I can't even name one American tennis player other than Coco Gauff.
Yeah, there are hardly any there right now. It's just a different cycle, or just the growth of the phenomenal athletes. We're talking about the same thing on the PGA and the LPGA tour. The growth of the great Pacific Rim athletes that are coming over and playing. The quality of play is phenomenal, but the identity of who's the star is not. Hey, our Monday Bonus podcast is brought to you by Dixieline Lumber and Home Centers. You got projects, these people have the materials, and check with them about ideas. And by North County Eye Center, we remind you, you can get a free eye exam. You set it up now. Call North County Eye Center, Poway Escondido. Say, Hacksaw and his podcast sent me free eye exam. We're on a tight clock.